Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Aaron Plays, and I hope you're doing fantastically well. This will be episode 7 of my playthrough of Space Empires 4X by GMT Games, and where I'm playing solo against 2 alien empires on the hard level. So if you could like and subscribe to the channel, that'd be much appreciated, and any comments, as always, will be replied to and gone through. Thank you very much. Let's move down to the screen. So as I say, this is episode 7. We're in the 7th, or about to do the 7th economic cycle. So we'll be doing game turns 19 to 21 of the sequence. Now you can also notice in the top corner here, I've actually got some real dice. Here we go. See, I can do that. You can see that rather than me just either using vassal dice, which I hate, or me just saying that's a 4. You can actually see the rolls I make now. Yeah, I know. A little investment for the channel. I got an extra camera. So, without any further ado, okay, yes, there was a corrections to be made. Okay, so the first correction is at the end of the last economic cycle, I didn't flip this colony over to colonize Tempe. And as spotted by an eagle eye observer, back in economic phase 4, I bought 2 MS pipelines, but only placed one on the board. So this is this little innocent dude here. So I'm going to say, well, I'm going to place him here and get him. I mean, I've effectively lost 2 production points for him, but he's now on and he's doing what he's supposed to do. So there we go. Ready for next time. So yes, that's the corrections. If there's any more, I don't know, unless you make a comment. And as I said, if you could like the video, that'd be appreciated, and subscriptions if you haven't done so already. Well, that's the housekeeping done. Let's move on. So I mentioned at the end of the last video, we've now got 2 alien fleets coming up. The Bringers of Sorrow, and from the Terrans, we have the Battle Fleet. So I am now properly facing a 2-front war. So let me have a look what size these fleets are as a reminder to myself. Okay, it is a few days since I played this. From the viewing perspective, as I've mentioned in my updates, I shoot these all in one go, about 4 or 5 videos, and upload them once per day on a schedule. Hence why it's taking so long to get that MS pipeline in, because I've just seen the notes from channel 4 from episode 4, and now I'm doing episode 7. Okay, so currently that battle fleet, which is 40 purchase points in strength, and we know they have at least got defense technology, move technology 2, and ship size 2. But once we make contact, they will get 10 tech points to spend, which I don't think they'll be able to buy that much with. So that's that fleet. The Bringers of Sorrow from the Altarians, that's 20 strong, 23 strong, so it's a little bit smaller, but they've got 20 tech points to spend, but they've only got ship size 2 at the present moment. So they're coming in 1 hex per time. And I've got to remember that. And then there's little old me in the middle there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit with it. Oh, there we go. Scroll around. I've got to think about spreading my empire and yeah, protecting it at the same time. So we're into the 7th economic cycle. This is the first turn, so going through what this looks like. So it's the 7th cycle. It's the first turn of that cycle, player 1, and that's me. So what am I going to do now facing a 2-front war? These 2 ships here do not, well, first of all, sequence of play, got movement phase, then you've got combat and the exploration. So there's only 2 ships over there facing 23 points. I don't think that's going to be an even match. But before we go, we will have the cruiser here has got exploration technology, so he can explore. So I want to clear up, make sure there's no nebulas or such forth in the way of me when I decide to eventually go that way. So it's a mine 10. Okay. They don't collect. I can leave that on the map, so I will do so. Let's flip that. There we go. And then we will move. So I need to get a miner over there at some point. Yeah, right. Okay, so we will move back to the nebula. Remember, we now have, I haven't gone through what technology we've got. So let's just bring up the production. Just as a reminder, we now have ship size 3, which allows me to build the cruisers. I have attack 1, okay, which was to counteract the Terran defense 1, and exploration technology. So that's not the only techs I've got at present. It costs too much. Okay, so that's them two moved. So we don't have move. Yeah, move. We're still on move 1, so we're crawling around unless we're using our pipelines. So we'll send a colony ship. This is going to go to Ix. And we have an additional pipeline to go with him, ready to colonize Ix. Okay, continue moving over here. So we'll send this miner out to collect those minerals. We've got the miner over here to bring back some minerals and lay claim to them. Okay. Right, we've got a pipeline spare over here with a colony ship. So they're going to head up to Arcturus. Now, remember, you use the pipelines, you can move an additional hex. So, or here in space. So they'll go 1, 2, as long as they stay on the pipelines, and the colony ship will go 1, 2 to there. So that's their first move. Their second move will probably get them to Tempe. So the third move will get them to Ix. So the guys that are going here, I've got to remember to go to Arcturus. Shuffle along, baby. Right. Okay. So we now know this battle fleet has got, was it, did I say 40 points? In other words, it's big. We have 1 cruiser to tackle it. This guy will get 1, 2, get to there. Sorry. How quick is he going to get to me? This is where I'm going to use this. So first turn he's going to get there, second turn there, third turn there and there. So he's not going to get to me in this economic cycle. So I'm going to get a chance to build some more. Okay. But I can only build probably 1 more cruiser from this. So yeah, I need. Well, how quickly are these going to get back? 1 per turn, so they'll get here in turn 2. Yeah, they're going to get there in turn 2, then there in turn 3, then there in the first turn. So I'm not going to be able to reinforce with these guys over here. So that cruiser is going to take him on his own. I need more ships. I need more ships. But my shipyard can only build 2 here. This can build 4, but whatever I build there, unless I build, yeah, they're going to get there in 1. They're not going to be able to help and engage these guys because they're moving at speed 2. So potentially, depends who they go for, because this one here is classed as undefended. Because it's only a shipyard, whereas this is classed as defended because it's got a base. So I believe Valhalla is where they'll go to, unless we can engage them and slow them down beforehand. But I'm going to use the exploration technology from the cruiser. I'm going to flip this over. It's another nebula. That's going to slow them down. Use exploration technology. Yes, because you can only move into a nebula if you're right adjacent to it. So let's go through their move again. That is interesting. So they will go there on the first, there or there on their second turn, and there they can't go into that nebula, so they probably will go there. That means they'll either head towards Aldea or the base. Interesting. Just by discovering that nebula, it helps the situation. See, while these are down, they're for the aliens, they're blank. And they don't flip them over. I know it's not quite realistic. Why is that nebula suddenly appeared out of nowhere? I know. It's just the way the system works. And you know, we could say that by my fleet being there, I am maneuvering them to unfortunately slow down in a nebula. It doesn't fill that whole area of space, but from a tactical point of view, it does enough. All right, so that's my cruiser move. Yeah, I do the exploration before I actually move the cruiser. So probably the next one I'll do next turn will be this one here. Maybe I can slow them down even further. Who knows? Could be a black hole. Woohoo! Okay. Anything else I want to move? My pipelines are in place. He's gone out the minerals. He's brought back minerals. I think that's it from my perspective. There is no combat, and I'm not going in and exploring with me scout ships anymore. Okay, so that's a good point. I think there's 2 scout ships now, so 3 ships. Yes, it's 3 ships over there. Still not ideal. Right, so let's move on to player 2, which is the Altarians. We've got to set them a target. So they're going for an undefended colony, so that will be their target. That's the nearest place for them to go to. And to get there is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, either route. So they could either go into I1 or H2. And now we get to make the first die roll. Or should I use? Actually, I was using D6s for this, wasn't I? Oh, let me find a D6. I've got one somewhere. Yeah, I've got 1 or 2, you know what I mean? 1 or 2 floating around. Okay, so I found probably the smallest one. Well, not one of the smallest. Anyway, 1 to 3, he goes into H2. You see that? Yay, look at that. First time in anger. And that's his movement. Did you enjoy that? I did. That's him done. Okay. And then we go to player 3, which are the nasty Terrans. Okay, over here. So, got to set him a target. This is where we need to refer to the scenario book. It tells me it AP fleet movement. Okay. All right. If an AP fleet can where does it move? AP will always move towards the colony it can reach in the fewest number of economic phases. So it can reach 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it can reach either Haldir, Valhalla, or the one I've covered up, Aslan. Is that Aslan? Aslak. Okay, it can reach either one of those 3. If more than one colony qualifies, an AP fleet will move towards the colony that is undefended. Okay, so at the present moment, Haldir is undefended and Valhalla is undefended. In this case, shipyards and a single revealed scout ship are not considered a defense. I mean, the crew of the shipyard are a bit offended. If there's more than one undefended colony that it can reach in the same number of economic phases, then it will move towards the colony that it can reach in the fewest number of moves. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 3 moves. 1, 2. You can do that in 3, 4, 5, 6 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3. Because of these nebulas, it slows them down. So it's 1, 2, 3. Because they go 2 hexes in the in the third phase. So that's 3, 4, 5. That was 6 to Haldir. So their target is Valhalla. And they'll probably avoid Aslak. So anyway, so to get there, they can either go H12. Let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, H12 or I12. 1, 2, 3 is H12. 6, they go to I12. So there, as I say, they don't flip over that marker there. And that's them done. All right, no player 4, no player 5. Right, so we're now in 7th economic cycle, second turn, player 1. Back to moi.
It's about 11:43 and 19 seconds AM.
Thank you, Alexa. Why she keeps buttoning? Yeah, I know I can go and press the button and switch her off, but oh well. All right. Okay, so we've now got their targets, which could change, depending on what else happens. But it's back to me for my movement. So we've determined that these guys are not going to be able to get back in time to assist the defense of Aslak stroke Valhalla stroke that side, the right flank of my empire. So there's no point them going there. So I might loiter with intent in the nebula. But first of all, this cruiser will, I'll use my pointer here. This cruiser here will explore this hex. What's it in there? Okay, let's flip it. Ooh, more minerals. Oh, look at that nice juicy 10 there. And we will move them into the asteroid belt. Okay. Bring that back. I'm using this as a pointer because this is an old vessel module and I haven't got the little circle thing that goes boop, 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 boop. Didn't have it. Right. These guys continue. This colony ship is not colonizing X. That's what this ship's going to be doing with his pipeline when he gets there. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Another part. Right. So this miner will go out and collect some more minerals. Oh, no, sorry. That's my bad. He had this one. He'll bring that back to Haldir and claim that. There's the claim button. There it is. Okay. So this miner here. Now we've got lots of 5s up there. Let's go and collect them. We'll go out there to collect. Right. Anything else moving here? No. Yeah, as part of the thing is you've got to keep track of everything. Okay, so we will now explore with this. I'll give us a black hole, a nebula or something. Flip it over. Space wreck. Ooh. Okay, that's useful for the future. If I get a miner out there and he tows it back to one of my colonies, boom. That's a free technology upgrade. All my ships have gone flip there. Come back. Ah, because I had both highlighted. So yeah, so we flipped that. Shipwreck. Okay, again, the aliens won't do anything about that. They've got their own side of the board, which is off board, and they're doing what they're doing. That's how they generating their points, I suppose. Okay, so that's that cruise. Is that cruiser going to go anywhere? Yeah, let's go here because then we can explore I-10 and I-9 again, creating the terrain that we've got to defend with. I think that's about me done there for movement. Okay, right. So we'll go now to player 2, which is the Altarians. Now, has their target changed? No, that's the only colony. So they can get there in 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they either go H3 or I2. So H3 is 1 to 3. No, they go I2. Boom, boom. So I mentioned this in a previous video. It's like the Space Invaders. Space Invaders. There's only one counter, but it's getting closer. Getting closer. And then we go to player 3, which is the Terrans. Right, okay, so he's target. I can't see it's changed at all. So he can either go I11 or J12. And 1 to 3 is I11. Okay, there he goes. I suppose that is the more logical because then he can avoid the what do you call it? nebula. And you might have to go through Aslak. Okay, and that ends them. However, now with him going there, he's going to get 2 moves in his next one. He could come and engage my cruiser. So I might explore that. Well, we'll come to my turn in a moment. To player 4, player 5, and then it's now economic cycle 7. 3rd turn, player 1, back to me. Okay. All right. So we will move the pipeline to here with the colony, and we'll put that as connected pipeline with a colony all ready for next time. No, they're not connected as yet. They'll connect next in the next cycle, in the next economic phase. Yeah, I haven't got a colony here yet, so I can't get any dosh for it yet. So right. Okay, so this cruiser here will have a look at this. So let's flip. Oh, so that just disappears. There was something out there. Our exploration technology found it and said, no, we know what that is. We can mark that on the map. A spatial anonymity. Yeah, they do like that in these space games. Where are we going to move now? We know this has got a strength of 23. Going to get here or here next time. We can build a response. So I think we're happy in the asteroids for now. Okay. We know that Miner has gone out there. He's now going to go up here to start collecting this Miner. Right. Do we try? Oh, we'll get the shipwreck next time. All right, let's go and pick up that. Okay, so we've only got 5 minerals there. We've got the base. All right, so this cruiser, as I say, he's going to have a look at this over here. Flip it. A regional map. Never seen that one before. I wonder if that's from must be one of the expansions. No, which we're not playing. You know what? I'm going to delete that and draw another one because that shouldn't have been in the mix. Okay, where can I get? There we go. Drawing one from here. I mean, I could have treated it as blank, but it shouldn't have been in the mix anyway. So now we'll flip it. Asteroids. Okay. Replace the tile. Interesting, because that will now cost him 1 to end. Trying to use the toggle then. Right. So to go in there, he won't be able to use his 2 speed. To go here and here, he will. So I don't want my cruiser there, do we? So we're going to bring my cruiser back 1 for the time being, because then we can explore that in the first turn of the 8th economic cycle. Okay, so that's the miner done. I'm just making sure I've done everything. It looks like it. That I want to do anyway, everything I want to do. Yep, okay. So player 2, and we will get rid of all my move markers. Right, so the Bringer of Sorrow fleet. Tempe is still the objective. You can still go I3 or J3. So I3 is 1 to 3. And he does. He goes there. Boom. That's him done. Then player 3, the Terrans. Okay. Will this now change? Because the asteroids, they've got speed 2. Okay, so J10 is probably where they would go, following their objective, unless their objective changes. So with the asteroids going there, they're now 1, 2, 3, 4 away from Valhalla, which is undependent, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from Haldir. So it's still Valhalla. And the only way it's going to get there the quickest is it will go J11 and J10. Not ideal, but there we go. Okay, that's them done. And we go then to P4, P5, and we are then into the economic phase, where I bring up the economic chart. Okay, so 2 carried over from last time. Colonial CPs is 42. Let's just double check. I've got no reason to doubt that this is correct, but I get 20 from my home planet, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42. Yay. 10 from the minerals. Okay. 6 from the pipelines now, taking me to 60, but my maintenance is now 6. Yeah, those cruisers are quite expensive. Oh. Why is that showing technology spent? I spent that last time. Darn it, didn't I commit it last time? Okay, let me try and resolve that. Phew, that did correct it. Ah, right. So yeah, 42, 10, and 6. Yeah. 60, take away 6, leave me 54 to spend. Okay, I think it's about time I did get some movement, because if I'm fighting a 2-front war, I think we definitely got to have to spend 20 on that. Okay. Which will leave me then 34 on ships. So what ships to purchase? I don't think we need any more pipelines. I think we've got all of our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all of our planets connected at the present moment. Draconis, we could terraform, but I'm reluctant to spend. I mean, terraforming itself costs. Where is terraforming? Here somewhere. There it is. Cost 20. It's not cheap, and a colonial ship is another 28. So it'll cost me 28 to get Draconis, and then I'll only get, it will take 3 cycles before it starts producing. So that would be producing 5 anyway. And then it will take it 6 cycles to actually start paying for itself. Anything beyond that is a bonus. So I'm not too tempted by terraforming unless I start finding anything out here in deep space, which I haven't as yet. If I find another planet out there, then it might become worthwhile. But at the present moment, no, I'm not doing terraforming. Therefore, there's no point buying any colonial ships or MS pipelines at present. And I've now forgotten how much I had to spend. I've just spent 20 on move technology. So we can still build cruisers, and we could even build another miner, though I think I need combat ships. I can only build 1 base per system, so we can't put another base at Aslak. And if I increase the shipyards to 3 at Valhalla, I can still only build 2 hull points. So we'll definitely build a cruiser at Valhalla, and probably 1 at Vega. So we're looking at 2 cruisers. So that's 24. I've only got, was it 34? So 10 more points. Yeah, 54. So I've got 10 more points. is it worth starting to think about increasing this shipyard to 3? And that's, well, both shipyards, but that's 12. Can I do one of them? So we're building a cruiser each one of those at the present moment. I think we will build a scout ship at Valhalla as well, because that's the most likely. Well, we know we're going to have first contact there. Well, second contact with the Germans, but a big invasion. So if we could build a destroyer. That's 9. Okay, let's do that. There we go. So that's 33 spent on ships out of the 34. Yeah. And move technology. Yeah, I do need to start moving a little bit quicker. Okay, so I am now going to refresh. So that should then put the update there. There it is. So it's 20 on technology, move technology, 33 on ships. And what I forgot to press last time was commit. Then that should then go to black and my ships. There it goes. And then I can bring my ships on. So we're building in 2 cruisers. One at Valhalla. So where's my yellow ships? There we go. Combat ship. So we're building a cruiser. She'll say we will place in Valhalla. And we've got a destroyer, which we'll place. Can't go to Valhalla because it's only can build 2, but we can build 1 here. Out of 3. I need to flip these over. And we build a cruiser at Vega shipyards. Okay. There we go. 3, 4. Right. So 1 destroyer, 2 cruisers. That's it. Right. I can empty that to 0. I've done the commit already, so we're all good to go on there. I'm going to press commit again. Make sure it's really, really happy. I'm going to adjust those ships to the current status. So I'm just going to pause. Okay, so I've upgraded all my ships now to move to. I'm playing with that. I don't have to go back to the shipyards or a planet or a colony to upgrade my ships. They get the technology straight away, which is the same as what the opponents do. It's just one extra thing to bookkeep. It's enough for me to bookkeep this lot. So yeah, so they're all now upgraded. Next button I've got to press, which is grow colonies. So those 1s should now become 3s. There they go. And then what I forgot to do last time was these to flip to colonize. And these 2 pipelines to come online. Okay. That is my economics done. Believe I can't think of anything else to do. All right. Okay. So let's then go on to the red colony. Right. So let me just minimize that and bring up what the alien technology sheet looks like again. Remember, I fill in these on real pen and paper. So the alien economic sheet is sitting next to me now. So we're doing the Altarians. Okay, so we are in the economic cycle 7. Okay, so if we look along here at 7, where they're getting 3 economic rolls. And they are red. So we'll do 3 rolls on the red. So they roll a 8. And I'm going to keep a little, where's my booklet? A booklet somewhere. There we go. So they're rolling 8 and Yeah, I'm anal this way. I like to roll dice of the same color, the same forces, a 10 and a 9. Okay. So with those rolls, we're on the 7th cycle. They cannot increase, right? So they're not increasing their economy anymore. 6 to 9, which is 2 of them, goes into tech. So they're going to get 20 points into tech. They've already got 20 points in this, so that's now going to be 40 points in tech. So when I encounter that bringer of sorrow, they're going to have 40 points to spend on tech, and that 10 that they rolled means that they spend another 10 points. Remember, each roll is 10 points, but anything spent on defense is doubled. So they've already got 40 points in defense. That gives them another 20. So they got 60 in defense. Nasty. And that's them done. Okay, well, not quite. The last thing we've got to look at, do they actually send out another fleet? In the fleet column, they have no point. So the answer to that question is no, they don't. Right, so then we move over to the insidious Terrans, okay, which are rolling on the same table, but they have yet no additional, so it's 3 economic rolls. So their first roll is an 8. So 8. Second roll is another 8. And their third roll is a 5. 8, 8, 5. So again, looking at that column of the 7, a 5 gives them 10 fleet points. And the 2 8s gives them 20 tech. Is that right? Yeah. 20 tech. So that takes their tech now to 30. So when I do encounter that battle fleet, it will have 30 points to spend on technology. And they got 10 points, so they could technically launch a fleet. It's got to be a minimum of 1 to 5. We're looking at a 1 to 4, they will launch a fleet. Okay, they roll a 3, so they launch a Diddy fleet with only 10 points. Okay, so let me just bring up the fleet sheets. Okay, so they bring in their frontier fleet with 10 points. So it's not big, but there we go. They had to have a minimum of 6. So they could start, yeah, they don't seem to accumulate. They seem to come in penny packets. But then they'll have more points to spend. I suppose swings and roundabouts. So I'm not being hit by, 40 ships at the same, well, 40 ships, like 14 or 10 ships at the same time. Okay, which does something to account for. So that's their economic. Oh, I should have clicked that to P3 for doing the Terrans. P4, P5. We are now moving to the economic phase 8. And that's where we end this video, ready for the next one. So let me just bring you back to me. Here I am. Okay, so no combat this time, but it's definitely going to be combat next time in episode 8. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, you know what to do with the like button. If you do enjoy what I do and you've watched some of the other videos, if you haven't subscribed yet, why not? Go on, please subscribe. I'd like to get to 1,000, see what happens. I'm at 930 odd. So yeah, please subscribe. Any comments, I do get to them. I do answer them, and they all help, especially the comments about rules. Things I miss. I missed an MS pipeline, but that's been corrected. So, but anyway, until next time, you know what I'm going to say. Play games. I'm finding my master stick, so I need to end the recording. Play games, have fun, buy internet, and now I lost it. There it is.